conversations, connections, community, memories.
A spate of online abuse following the Euros final on Sunday has fired a rally cry for ideas to be required on social media. But what do you think? You've got that back thing you can just go back on where you've got proof of who said what, and it'll be easy for the police to find out and investigate things. I just think it's the right thing to do, full stop, 'cause I think it's wrong.
How many pensions do you have? Just the one? Maybe you've changed jobs and have 2 or 3. Now more than ever, it's important to protect your finances and put your pensions in the right place. Speak to the experts at Pension Helpline. With a COVID-safe, free, no-obligation review, discover if it's better to leave your pensions where they are, move them, or lump them into one for the maximum amount possible when you retire. Don't just file your statements in a drawer. Do something about it today. Text pension to 63333.
Morning people, just look at them, skipping out of bed, make your toes curl, right? Outrageous. And yet, it's all our fault. You see, our multi-award winning mattress has this effect on people. With encapsulated pocket springs for added support and memory foam for deeper comfort, plus a 100-night sleep trial. Feel the comfort for yourself at our Leeds showroom. Book your personalised appointment online now at arty.com.
For a fantastic day trip or as part of a memorable staycation, step aboard the Daniel Adamson, a truly unique steamship experience. Explore Cheshire's scenic waterways on the Danny, with its stunning Art Deco saloons, with curved bar, wooden panelling and original furniture. Book your trip online today at thedanny.co.uk.
It's been a while, but your Halifax town centre is back. Online shopping has been a big help, but there's nothing like the real thing. Discover Halifax's fantastic range of shops today to browse, compare, get advice, enjoy the full retail experience. So from fashion to tech and everything in between, discover Halifax. We are open for business.
Perfect prescription glasses from just £6 a pair, including lenses and coatings at selectspecs.com.
So you love local TV Leeds, right? Go online and visit leedslocal.tv to immerse yourself even further in the news, sport, opinions, the local stories that matter to you. That's leedslocal.tv. Get it whenever, wherever, for even more fresh, up-to-minute content centred around you and your city. leedslocal.tv, the Leeds website that brings you more.
If you'd like a fast, fair payment for your unwanted gold and jewellery, at Text Gold we'll make it as easy as possible for you in 4 quick steps. To start, text Gold TV to 82222 now. You'll get your secure gold pack by post tomorrow, then you just need to pop your gold in, seal the free post package and send it back to us. It's 100% guaranteed and insured. And then 48 hours from now you could be paid by same-day transfer. So visit textgold.co.uk or call the number below, or to get the ball rolling immediately, text Gold TV to 82222.
Every morning, she makes them wake up and smell the coffee.
I made a mistake. We've made a lot of mistakes. You're on $1,500.
Her afternoon's an OT party.
Next is mental anguish.
Yours or mine?
And all day long, she makes them eat humble pie.
This is something that young, silly people do. Have a seat.
She's serving up non-stop, no-nonsense justice.
If you interrupt me again, I'm going to throw you out.
Judge Judy, in session, weekdays.
Hello and welcome to Your Yorkshire. Here's what's coming up.
The four-sided pop-up pub, serving brews and views from across Leeds, right here in Kirkgate Market. Join me for a pint a bit later on.
Rather than brewing beer, the idea is to kind of brew conversations, connections, community, memories.
A spate of online abuse following the Euros final on Sunday has fired a rally cry for ideas to be required on social media. But what do you think? You've got that back thing you can just go back on where you've got proof of who said what, and it'll be easy for the police to find out and investigate things. I just think it's the right thing to do, full stop, 'cause I think it's wrong.
2 years, Compass Festival animates Leeds with interactive live art projects in public spaces, and Public House, the Yorkshire Square, is a pop-up pub bringing connections, conversations and experiences to the heart of Kirkgate Market. Well, we can now hear from the artists behind the installation, which suggests that the pub of the future has many faces.
Welcome to the Yorkshire Square here in Kirkgate Market. We've got the beer coming in now as we speak. We're getting ready to pull the first pint. I'm going to be live here until the 24th of July. It started probably when our own local closed in 2017, and we really missed all of the connections and the kind of social life of that pub, and realised, you know, how central it was, not just the community, to the fabric of our own lives.
We had a meeting, extraordinary meeting, with a group of protected pensioners who told us about this thing called the Yorkshire Square, a vessel for fermenting towards the brewing process, but also big enough to hold a party in. So the idea of kind of containing lots of things around the importance of the pub, about brewing, about pubs and community could all be contained in this extraordinary structure that has now been built.
It's a four-sided pop-up pub. That's how we've reimagined the fermenting vessel. So rather than brewing beer, the idea is to kind of brew conversations, connections, community, memories. We ran a competition for people to name the fourth side of the Yorkshire Square, and the call-out was if you could bring a lost pub of Leeds back, which one would you most like to bring back? And by far and away, the most votes went to the Duchess of York, which was on Vicar Lane, just around the corner. Very iconic, famous music venue in Leeds.
In a way, this is a kind of homage and a place where we hope maybe people who used to go to the Duchess will come and maybe have reunions and amazing conversations about the power of the pub and the power of live music, I suppose.
Two of the other sites feature the Time Bar, giving you a chance to share your views on the past, present and future of pubs, and the Chameleon, which recognises microbrewing and is hosting an array of tap talks.
We also take on board that not everybody uses pubs, so one of the other phases of the Yorkshire Square is called the third space, which recognises the feeling people have for pubs as places of safety, sanctuary, feeling of home.
Of course, pubs have been one of the hardest hit sectors in this last year, in this terrible pandemic. So I think it's been a big wake-up call, and talking about, okay, really now is the time to act. What do we all need to do now to protect our locals and to protect pubs nationally?
A report by Leeds City Council officers has called the numbers of domestic violence incidents in the city an ongoing concern. Between April and September last year, there was a weekly average of 452 domestic incidents reported to the police, with 97 calls made to the Leeds Domestic Violence Service. Next, visitors to the York Viking Centre, Barley Hall and Dig in York will continue to be requested to follow COVID-19 precautions when restrictions lift in England. The bosses of the attractions say visitor feedback suggests the measures will make staff and visitors feel safer. And finally, the world's oldest football club has launched a campaign to buy back a rulebook said to be the first official guide to the modern game. Sheffield FC has launched a crowdfunding bid for the exceptional piece of sporting history, which is due to be sold at auction next week.
The biggest game for England in 55 years, a tense final played out on an international stage. A young, hopeful team loved both on and off the pitch. But it wasn't the missed penalties that made headlines about the Euros final on Sunday. Racist comments directed towards the players made online have caused a stir in the papers and in Parliament too.
Well, I think they just hide behind the keyboard, don't they? They're not brave enough to say it to their face. They probably actually don't even really feel that racist. They just feel some kind of power or some kind of, control behind the keyboard.
I mean, when I was young, we was taught if a child was over the street calling names, you know, he was a coward, you know, so not to take any notice because. So when people are 1,000 miles away or 100 miles away, you know, it's just, you know, it just needs to be, it definitely needs to be accountable for. If people, if these hurtful comments can be read, then they should be traced, you know.
I think it's a great idea, honestly, because like even bullying, about any sort of bullying, you've got that like back thing you can just go back on where you've got proof of who said what, and it'll be easier for the police to find out and investigate things. I just think it's the right thing to do, full stop, 'cause I think it's wrong.
I read somewhere once about Alex Ferguson, when he was manager of Manchester United. When he first took over, he was getting a lot of bad press. And he asked Matt Busby, the former manager, he said to him, "How did you deal with it?" He said, "Simple. I never bothered to read the papers." I know in those days social media wasn't around, but it's the same sort of situation whereby you say, well, if people are saying these things, just ignore them, don't bother to read them.
Hundreds of anti-racism protesters took the knee in front of the Marcus Rashford mural on Tuesday. The black and white painting in Withington was defaced with racist graffiti after the Manchester United player missed a penalty during England's Euro 2020 final, but has since been covered with heartfelt messages. A surge of support continues for Marcus Rashford after the Manchester United player missed his penalty in the Euro 2020 final on Sunday. Shortly after the game, a mural honouring the England footballer was vandalised and the 23-year-old, along with Sancho and Saka, was racially attacked on social media. Since then, messages of pride and positivity have been left